Hey everyone, today we are talking parasites. More specifically, we are looking at leg mites and how to identify them and treat them. Going to try to make a long story as short as I can. We decided to breed these girls this year. Had a hard time finding a male goat to lease out. We were not interested in keeping male goats. We've talked about that on other videos, but so we did finally get one locked in, and they did their thing and away he went. And a few days later, during some grooming, we noticed that the goats were a little itchier in some areas that they're not normally itchy. So we got to check in on the backs of their legs and discovered some little bits of bumps and itchy spots. Like they were really itchy and responding to it. Lily here, who spent most of the time with the buck, had a bit of a case of leg mites or follicle mites. These things get up underneath the hair and they cause infection and itchiness, and they lay their eggs, and it's really gross and really uncomfortable for the animal. And we went immediately to our resources to try and figure out how to treat it. And we discovered a few different methods and decided we wanted the most effective one, which was a sulfur dip, they call a hot sulfur dip. And it's used to treat sweet itch and external parasites on just about all animals. And we could not source it here. As common as it is, we couldn't find it anywhere. So we had to order it in. And in the meantime, we looked at some of the other more organic ways to treat it. We didn't want to use anything super harsh. We wanted to use something that was going to be fast and effective, but also, safe for them. So we went to another treatment, which was using any kind of a carrier oil and essential oil combination to start to suffocate and treat the itchy spots on the goats. And so we mixed up some mineral oil, and we got some tea tree oil, and we took some eucalyptus oil, and we took some wood ash, really clean wood ash, which actually contains sulfur. I mixed that into a paste and slathered it all over her legs while the other medicine was on its way. In the meantime, I had to go in for surgery. So my amazing wife took care of all of the treatment. The treatment showed up the day after my surgery.
Chris is actually here recording, even though he should be in his bed recovering. So it's a lime sulfur dip. So I've pre-mixed it. Comes out in this beautiful orange color, and it stinks. It stinks, just to pre-warn you. Now, the directions say to use gloves because it will stain as well. So I've got my gloves, and this was actually Chris's idea for dipping the legs in. I thought it was pretty smart. We're going to pour some in there, and we're going to put the leg in, soak it for as long as these goats will allow, and then take it off. My fancy little combs, we're going to put these around their necks before we even get started. And yeah, that should keep them from licking their feet and legs. But here we go. Let's get these guys treated. A good girl. So they seem to be mostly on the legs. And I don't know. Some people say we're supposed to run it along the back. Chris, should I do that too? Okay. That's a good girl. Okay. Need to do the other back leg, sweet pea. No, she's going to be locked up there. Okay, we'll just dip it from here. Oh, here we go. Woo. Things I do for you, I tell you what. I think the most dramatic part about this is actually that cone on her head. It's stressing her out quite a bit. So, good girl. There you go. There. Good job. All the directions say, and all the research Chris and I have done, if one of them's infested, the other one's either going to get it or could possibly already be infested. So I'm going to treat her next. I'm not as concerned about her possibly ingesting it. I mean, it's all natural ingredients, so it's not going to hurt her. But just because she's pregnant, we want to be extra cautious and just make sure she doesn't scratch those feet while it's drying. I asked him, should I clean out this bedding? Because mites do like to get into the straw and stay there and stay warm. But he said, we're going to wait. Let any mites that want to drop off that don't get killed by this wash and end up down in the bedding, let them die out there. He's been putting diatomaceous earth all over this. I'm going to do another coating tonight, try to kill any mites that start running around in the straw, and then we'll give it overnight, and tomorrow I'm going to clean all of this out, clean the floor down nice, put diatomaceous earth everywhere, and then all fresh bedding. Now the directions say just one treatment and you're done. Check it in 7 days. If you need to redo it, do it in 7 days. So we'll be back. Hopefully it's Chris and not me, and we'll keep you posted.
Here we are 7 days later, and no sign of them. There's no itching. These girls were laid right out, like within 24 hours, they were just laid out, sleeping comfortably, no itching. We wanted to talk about and stress the importance of grooming your animals regularly so you can discover these things. Luckily, we caught it quick. It did not spread to the other animal. We did treat both animals. We treated the stalls and everything accordingly. We are happily mite-free. We wanted to share that experience as well. You know, if you're looking to do this, maybe from our mistake of not discussing with the owner of the buck, make sure that if you're bringing another animal onto your property, that you ask the right questions, like, are they, parasite free? Have they been treated? Have they been dewormed? Those types of things. We try to stay on top of those things, and we try to keep our animals healthy. So we can't stress enough. We were so excited. We skipped over a lot of those details. So we wanted to share that in hopes to save somebody from, experiencing what we had to experience, because it was just not fun watching these little girls scratch and scratch and scratch so uncomfortably and not know what the heck was going on. So thank you for watching. I hope we covered everything, and I hope this helps anybody that's out there thinking about getting goats or breeding their goats. And if you have an issue with mites,